All right, hello everybody. I'm Josiah. We're going to read between the lines. We have Dave Canales on deck. We're going to see what he's saying, see what he's not saying, and get to the truth.
All right, another spirited practice. A couple of scrums. You know, we got here a week early. We've been playing a lot of football against each other. It's getting competitive, back and forth. Offense wins one, defense battles back, wins one. People are making plays. Tempers are flaring a little bit, and I just got to remind them, none of that helps us. It throws us out of the rhythm of the practice. We're trying to get these guys in game shape, and certainly on game day, you throw a punch, you're out. You're out of the game, and that hurts the team when only having so many guys. We're able to regroup and finish the drive. Got another, 7 or 8 plays or something like that to finish down in the red zone. Love the effort, love the energy, all that stuff, but we got to be smarter with some of that stuff.
Dave,
when you stopped practice midway, what was that move at?
Yeah, the first drill, I just really wasn't happy with the tempo we were practicing at. We can chase better, we can cover down better, and we have a standard. The players have a standard. When they're not picking it up and talking to each other, it's my job to make sure that we just get it back on track. They did. And then it kind of turned into a little bit over the top, but it was worth it. It was worth just taking that moment. There are quarters that way. There are halves that way. We have to find a way to regroup if we don't come out with the right energy. We have to be able to refocus, play to play, drive to drive. So a great opportunity to just tell them, hey, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like this, and we have to snap out of it and make sure we refocus and get back to our ball.
Sounds like a good practice so far. That sounds like my type of practice. But I'm curious, who was scrapping? Who were the guys who were going? I mean, for me, I like to pick up on that just because when it comes to game day, those people who I'm like, ooh, calm down a little bit. Or if it's someone who's not normally fighting, then it's like, ooh, they really woke him up. So those are details I hope we get some clarity on, but I doubt it.
Can you tell us about Legette?
Yeah, made a really nice play, high pointed it. Cam Miller's in great position, came down really hard, went in, evaluated him, cleared him of concussion, but it looks like a stinger, so we're going to evaluate him more over the next day or so and just make sure that, he's in the right spot. So we have a nice little window here. He wouldn't be playing in this game, but we have a nice little window to get him turned around and just see where he's at.
The question was about Xavier Legette. I feel like a lot of Panthers got the notification that he was banged up, and I think he was carted to the locker room. I was like, of course, we're losing another receiver after already losing Brazel. But it sounds like Legette's going to be fine. Sounds like it was just a little bit of a tough hit, and he wasn't going to play on Thursday anyway, but, he has time to heal.
No, they cleared him for that.
You mentioned practicing earlier and extra. Did you anticipate maybe that you would have this sort of emotion at this point in the camp? Like, are you rethinking maybe the practice schedule down the line?
Well, just because of the numbers of practices that we've been able to store up, the more that we go against each other and, guys start learning each other's rush moves. They start learning the little tricks in the run game, the double moves, the different things that come out of the concepts, and so the tighter it gets to guys anticipating it, the harder they try to compete. And we have a great team that's competing against each other right now. It's bringing out the best, but it gets frustrating at times, and that's when, tempers and emotions start to flare, and we got to be able to operate with that way.
That was a stupid question.
Why wasn't Derek Brown in practice and LeBron Ray?
Yeah, just oscillating DB, just with his, the way he practices. He had a great day yesterday, practiced really hard, general soreness. Let's shut him down. Let's get him on like a one-on, one-off program. So just kind of what we had planned. LB, it's just a personal matter.
Coach, on the tight end room, had a couple of drops today, 41, and then Trumbull in the end zone.
Yeah.
How important is it to get that room going and to establish that position after so many years?
Yeah, just play to play. Let's just make the ones that are there for us to make. That's what we're counting on. We know we can make those plays, and we trust the guys to make them the next time.
Sounds like there's some drops in the tight end room today. Not what I love to hear, but hopefully it's something they can focus on moving forward. Dave kind of just dodged that question completely, but it's also something like there's only so much you can say in an interview. It's like, hey, they got to be better. That's just the way it is.
He did not finish practice.
Yes.
Was that an ankle?
Yeah, it looked like an ankle, and then he wasn't able to finish, but he had a great day, so we'll evaluate him and see where he's at.
The idea on
He wasn't able to finish
practice.
those plays, and we trust the guys to make them the next time.
He did not finish practice.
Yes.
Was that an ankle?
Yeah, it looked like an ankle, and then he wasn't able to finish, but he had a great day, so we'll evaluate him and see where he's at.
The idea on severe.
No, not right now.
Like, what do you attribute it to? Is it just
The NFL? I mean, you know, we could be sitting in a different room in a different city and we're all dealing with the same type of deal. You know, things come up. We practice hard. We practice at a good clip. And, you know, fortunately for us, we have some time. Time's on our side. So we'll just treat these guys. We have them here in the building and we'll get them back out there when they're ready.
Reporters are struggling. They are struggling today. Woo! A lot of injuries are piling up. What would you attribute to that? What do you mean? It's freaking preseason training camp. Injuries happen all the time.
How would you describe Sanders' training camp so far?
Fantastic. Love the strides he's taken. Showed up in great shape. Really looked like
That's about Jatavian Sanders. He's one of the tight ends.
he's worked on his route craft, attacking the ball, coming back to it. Has made some really amazing contested catches this camp. Exactly what we hope from him. And, you know, another guy who just does things right, helps on special teams, all the things we want out of JT right now.
With the ankle?
We'll see.
Another day, another splash play from Jasim Reed.
Yeah.
I mean, you said last week that he is playing in a way that is going to make your decision in this wide receiver room difficult. Later.
Absolutely.
Is that just continuing to prove itself?
Yeah.
Jasim Reed, yeah. Receiver we drafted, rookie, young. Sounds like he's doing well.
Just by nature of the position, he catches it when they throw it to him. He does the right things. He's where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be there. Those things go so far in the quarterback room. First and foremost, the guys talk about it. They're looking to throw him the ball. That's a really good thing. Love where Jasim's at. Again, just continue to push him on the special teams front too, because all of our guys are going to be asked to help in different ways. But I'm really pleased where he's at right now, and he just got to continue to take every day, just take one more step.
Be a guy that'll get a lot of reps Thursday.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope, to just get him out there, play some ball against a non-known opponent. Kenny will get some time. Haynes has done a great job. He'll get some time, and I want Jasim to be out there to be able to just provide them with another weapon so we can evaluate the whole group.
Have you seen his
I can't wait to finally have football to talk about. I can't wait to see Reed, too. I hope he plays well.
confidence grow over camp? Jasim?
Absolutely. Just the level of comfort, coming to us last season and really being around the team, being in the installs, going through a full off season with us for the first time. All of that has paid dividends. Rob's done a great job with Jasim, Keyshawn Coleman as well. Those guys just really teaming up to make sure that everybody's prepared to throw great practices.
Yeah, calling Jasim Reed a rookie isn't fully true. He just didn't play at all last year, and he's young. This is really his first season, like Dave just said, first full off season. There's layers to it.
Haynes King in college. He make a lot of plays with his feet.
Yeah.
Haynes King, third string quarterback for now.
That often becomes a thing, as you know, in exhibition games. Would you think that would be the case Thursday, or were you hoping he won't because you want him to go through the various?
Yeah, I mean, for my
Good question. Honestly, really good question. I'm just curious to see how Dave is thinking about this.
life, I just want the quarterback to move the chains and move the team. Whatever that looks like, I'm good with it. If he takes off and runs 5 times in a row and we're in the red zone knocking on the door, that's a great drive. If he goes 5 for 5 and completes the ball, finds an explosive and flips the field, I'm good with that too. So the fact that Haynes can do that is a great thing. It's very forgiving as you're playing with a different group of guys, a different group of linemen coming in and coming out, a new opponent. The ability to move around as a quarterback is very forgiving.
Yeah, I believe that. I think he believes every single word of that, and I love that.
You said no starters on Thursday.
Yes.
Will Tremble or Sanders play, or will they be absent?
Tommy will not play. JT, we'll see how the ankle is. Was looking to try to get him out there and see him, but we'll see if he's going to be available for Thursday.
What about Brooks?
He will not.
Interesting and good question. See, I know we hate David Newton. I know we do. But getting that little bit of clarity on Jonathan Brooks also not playing, because he's not technically a starter because we have Chuba. But I don't know. I'm curious on the reasoning there. I hope they dig deeper into that.
I think we saw Gibson, Nku, Cam Gill all run with the ones today.
Yeah.
Is that just a matter of kind of rolling guys in there to see what they look like with that group?
Those are linebackers.
See what you have?
Part of that, and then part of it's just our natural progression with guys like Pat Jones and Jalen Phillips, who are veteran players. They play at a high clip. Really great effort out of those two. And so, with our days, we kind of just say, okay, what was his load the day before? how can we manage that on the following day, which gives us a great opportunity to look at how the other guys look with the rush groups and how they play on first and second down with the first group. So great opportunities all across the board.
And that deep touchdown to Bryson right here.
Yeah.
I think everyone thought he was going to Chuba. Was that the design, or how did Bryson kind of factor in there?
Yeah, it's a part of the design, and Bryce has two options on that play right there, and he took the shot down to BT, so we're glad about that, and Chuba on that one is usually used as like a check down type of situation, but once the play starts to extend, it almost turns into a scramble play of sorts. So, but it was a really nice connection. The official said it was not a catch. We got to go to the tape because that was the deciding factor for that drill. So that'll be reviewed, and if we can't settle it that way, we might have a shoot off in the team meeting. We might putt. We might do a quiz. We never know. We just throw something at the guys because we never end on a tie.
Another random, Legette went down, so I guess it's not insane that Bryson was out there at receiver, but it is still a little surprising to me that he is out there getting reps with Bryce Young. It is training camp, but I'm really interested in seeing how they're planning on utilizing these receivers this year, because there's a lot of bodies and just random names we hear. We hear David Moore. I wish we heard more of Jimmy Horn Jr. We know John Mechie has a connection with Bryce, and then Bryson, he's now getting in the mix, and I don't know if we've heard Jasim recently, but maybe it was a couple of videos ago. He also got some pretty good targets from Bryce Young, so it sounds like they're mixing and matching guys for different packages, which makes sense, but I'm just curious what those snaps are actually going to look like.
Often would let Brad call plays in preseason games. Any idea or any thought to do that on the defensive side this summer?
Yeah, we're going to look for opportunities, but again, the initial part is for E is making sure that his communication is right with Devin Lloyd being out there, so that'll happen a lot for us if we do find some opportunities. I love that. I love the other coaches getting to feel what that feels like. It really takes you into another mode the days before the game, where you're starting to organize your thoughts about combinations of situational calls, all those things. It just engages you in a different way versus when you're coaching a position or doing something else and you're really focused on the substitution part of it. It's a great way to just make a coach uncomfortable and bring them out into a space that they got to kind of think through. Pete allowed me to do that in our inter squad scrimmages over the years in Seattle, and it was really valuable to feel the difference of just coaching wideouts, just coaching quarterbacks, or actually having to organize your thoughts to be able to call plays. So they're great opportunities. The priority is that our primary callers have good rhythm with our guys. That'll be the priority, but if we can find opportunities over 4 games, we'll look for those.
Dave, going back to Legette.
Yeah.
That was a no, by the way. That was, at least in the short term, no, until told otherwise.
Sometimes, when a guy gets benched, you kind of lose that guy.
Yeah.
What has he been like this training camp in terms?
He just got hurt. He's not going to say anything bad about him. They've been talking up Xavier Legette all year. We know what this is going to look like.
Locked in.
He's been the same. He's what I've seen since he got here. He's a tireless worker. He cares. It matters to him. He takes coaching well. He's a very humble guy. He wants to work at the things that he needs to improve, and that's what he just continues to do. And the longer he's with us, the less it's about the concepts and the more it's about just the details and fine techniques of playing the wide receiver position. And he just attacks it headlong. That's what I'm so proud of about X. That's how we want all of our guys to handle things, is to just go right back to work and figure out what you can control and what you can work on.
Kenny seems to have a lot of chemistry and timing with a few of the depth wide receivers. How have you seen that kind of develop, and can you take us through how important that is going into a game like this where guys are fighting for spots?
I would imagine, I wasn't with him for the last couple of years, but I would imagine being on several different teams, working with several varieties of the depth chart of wide receivers, tight ends, etc., that he's got experience trying to figure guys out pretty quickly. Different body types, different speed, different profiles, and so that's shown up, and he's able to and very comfortable playing with anybody and making sure that they understand what we're trying to get done.
Going back to just the intensity, and I know you said you want to calm down at certain times, but also have that physical nature.
Yeah.
Bryce seemed to really kind of lead some of that intensity between the snaps today too. How important is it for it to come from him?
It's important for Bryce to just be himself and compete the way that he knows how to. I don't want them to calm down. I want them to refocus. I don't want guys relaxed. I want them engaged. It's two different feelings. You know, you can't play this game calm. This game is meant to play at a high clip with intensity and great focus. And that's if we can do that as a group, if we can do that as a coaching staff and as a team, to have that type of engagement and focus, that's what we're looking for. When it gets out of hand, that's not focus. If we're not chasing hard enough, that's not focus. We want to be in that zone where we're locked in. One play, this play's over, I lock back in, get the call, and then I go and execute again. And that's the challenge. And over the course of whatever sport it is, showing great examples to the players in team meetings of what it looks like for a group to function that way, for a player to be fully engaged. Showed him a clip of Kobe talking about going overseas, prepping for the USA team, chasing another gold. And he talked about, first it's attacking training camp, and then it's this day, and let's win this drill. And all of a sudden, I was just like, I didn't have to say anything. I was like, okay, he said it, guys, go to your meetings. And it was just like, that's what we're looking for, that type of intensity.
Two more questions. Everybody okay? All right, good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's preseason. We almost have these games about to start on Thursday. So there's not too many questions to ask, because hopefully we'll have some things getting answered here soon. I'm pumped for it, though. Appreciate the support, y'all. If you could like, subscribe. Other than that, I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.